Hello, hi, I hope you're doing well. I hope life is treating you well. So, you already know what we're talking about. Today, we're talking about embracing being alone, especially in your 20s, because I feel like at this age, it's like, oh, I'm supposed to be out and about. I'm supposed to be doing this and that. Like, we're in the mindset of like, I'm supposed to. And like, sometimes you just don't have to. Or there's just certain things we got to realize, like, it's okay. Like, you are okay where you are. So, I just want to talk about that in the aspect of spending time alone and being able to embrace that. As somebody who grew up, like as a kid, I was alone a lot, and it was because of like family issues and whatnot, but I learned to embrace that, and now I love being alone. And I do have a good balance between hanging out with people and being alone, so I'm okay in that aspect. I don't just isolate, but it's something that I'm grateful for, because I do know there are a lot of people who don't like being alone, and that could really hurt you in the long run. So I want to talk about a couple things. Like, I made a list of 3 things to keep in mind when being alone. So we're gonna go over that. And yeah, I need to put my groceries away. I just came back from the store. It's literally, look at that. It feels like negative 31 degrees. And I had to take her outside. She was double sweatered up, triple. She had this sweater, another sweater, and then a jacket, and then her little boots. I had 2 socks on, 2 gloves on, 2 pairs of pants. She's like, put me down. And you guys, it's freezing. Like, they literally said it feels like negative 31 degrees because of wind chill. Sorry, I have my journal here and some notes, so we'll do that. And I also need to make breakfast. I don't know if that's gonna happen in this video, but that needs to happen. My bananas! See, and this is why I don't let people pack my stuff, because why would you put the bananas in with cans in my kombucha? Or my kombucha's not in here, but why would you put, like, this was literally laying on top. And look at that. Oh my god. So I'm not gonna do this in any like order of like what's most important. These are just 3 things I thought of, and that's to be your own bestie, embrace all the emotions, and know that you are where you're supposed to be. Like, that's okay. So when it comes to being your own bestie, my suggestion starting out is to start doing things that like you kind of start doing things inside first. Like, if you're one of those people where you're nervous to go out alone, start inside. Start doing activities you like to kind of do outside or with people. Start doing that by yourself. Like, I remember in college, I really wanted to pick up pottery, and so I got some air dried clay, and I was at it wasn't that a good environment I was in, but I knew, bitch, is that a bug? What the fuck? This is why I check my fruit before even washing, because all of these just don't belong. Bitch, I might as well just be picking these from the tree. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh yeah, so at this time in my life, like, I was spending a lot of time with friends, avoiding this situation that I was in with like my roommates. Like, it was terrible. And so I would always spend a lot of time with friends, and I was like, you know what? I still love being alone. Like I said, I grew up being alone, so like, that's something I need, that, especially as an introvert. I just need time to rest. And I tried to pick up hobbies that I could do by myself. I mean, you do all your hobbies by yourself, but like inside. And like I said, I did, I got some air dried clay. I made some little stuff with it. And, that was a nice little thing. And then like, even like paint and sips. Like, I know lots of people like to do those with like friends and stuff, and it's super fun. Start doing that at home. Start doing those little things that you like to do with people by yourself at home. This is big. Start doing that stuff at home, so then it just becomes kind of normal for you to not just sit on your phone scrolling, watching TV, on TikTok, on YouTube and stuff. but like actually doing things and fulfilling your needs, um, rather than waiting for other people to come around for you to do something you want to enjoy, you know? So it's like, don't sit around waiting for other people to come do stuff for you. Get your ass up and do it yourself, and out of love, not even like, oh my god, like I'm painting by myself. Like, no, it's a judge-free zone. That's the thing. Like, I feel like that's another good thing. And maybe you already don't care what others think about you, which is even better. But if you're someone like me, like with anxiety and like, I don't, excuse me, you find yourself possibly comparing or whatever the case may be, um, you're by yourself in, you know, your apartment, in your room, all that alone. So like, be free. Allow yourself to be free, and do the things that you enjoy. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you're trying to be more comfortable with your own presence, is to start becoming your own best friend. Okay, talk to yourself. Okay, that's okay. I'm technically talking to myself when you think about it. And when I was coming up with these ideas, I was talking to myself, and I was journaling. I was still talking to myself, but I embraced that, and that goes into my next one. The next one is to embrace all the emotions that come with it. If you're gonna be alone, be alone. Don't shit on yourself for being alone. It's not like a crazy thing. And I feel like especially in our 20s, we're like I said earlier, like we think we're supposed to be out and about and, you know, dating and going to clubs and like all that stuff. And like, yeah, that's like a good thing to do at this time in life, especially like, you know, we're likely in some of our best health, we got the best bodies, like whatever. And like, yeah, do that in moderation. But like, it's also okay to just sit and be by yourself and learn about yourself. And like, I know that's some deep shit that lots of people, I realize, like can't handle. And like, they admit to, like I had someone once, I was on my LinkedIn, I was talking about journaling, and one girl commented like, it's just way too deep for me to do, because it just gets so raw. Like, and even with just her, like I'm like, you're not even, you know, you're not telling this to someone, you're not telling this to a therapist, you're just talking to yourself. And like, some people, that's just too deep for them. I think that's interesting. But like, lots of people, like they just don't like being alone because they get in their head and all that stuff. And my advice to that is to embrace that. Like, unless you have some actual mental stuff going on, and maybe you should have like, I don't know, treatments or medication for that, I don't know. But you should be embracing that and figuring out, okay, why do I feel so sad? Why do I feel so angry? Why am I so resentful? Why, you know, do I want to be surrounded by this person? How does this person make me feel? You know, and what do they do that makes me feel this way? That's good. I would hope that I can also do for myself, you know, like, or even why do you depend on them so much for your own happiness, for your own comfort and stuff? So I feel like in those times when we are alone and we start to shit on ourselves for it, or I don't shit on myself. Well, that's a lie. I do sometimes. I'm like, ugh, I should like be out, I should be doing this. But I'm like, girl, I don't even want to do that for real. But like in those moments where we are putting ourselves down for being alone, that should be a time where we start to just question why. Why do I feel this way? And like literally journal it or speak out loud. Talk to a fucking camera. Talk on your voice notes. Like record a video of yourself and don't share with anyone. Type it in your notes, whatever. But start to question, okay, why are these emotions coming up? Because they're not coming up for no reason. And you're not going to figure this shit out. I mean, you could figure it out talking to somebody, like a therapist or even a friend, you know? And y'all can figure it out. But I feel like when you're alone, it hits different because there's no filter. Who are you going to hide anything from? Because at the end of the day, you know how you actually feel. And so you have to be honest with yourself in that moment. Like, unless you just start gaslighting yourself, which is like, at the end of the day, you still know you're gaslighting yourself. Like, you know the truth. So it's like, embrace that. Embrace these moments of being alone. And if you start to feel bad about it, Just ask yourself why. Sit in those emotions. And if it feels good, even ask yourself, why. Like, tell yourself, like, oh, this feels good because I don't have anyone nagging me for anything. This feels good because, I'm able to do what I want unapologetically and, just act all crazy and weird and not feel judged for it. Or this feels bad because I want to talk to somebody and I feel like I don't have anyone to talk to right now. Or this feels bad because I feel like I should be doing this. Like, but why do I feel like I should be doing this? And can I do that? And that's another thing. All those shoulda, woulda, couldas, that's gotta go. Because if you can still do it, go do it. If not, then figure out something else to do. Like, that's okay. And damn, I'm making some smooth segues into my next points. Because my next point, let me double check. Yeah. Yo, I'm making some really smooth segues. So the first one, be your own bestie. And I had said, what was the segue? Oh yeah, embrace, just doing shit alone. And I was like, embrace your emotions. And now I'm talking about, ask yourself why and why do you feel like you should be doing things. And then the third one is to know that you are what you are supposed to be. And if you're thinking about shoulda, woulda, couldas, just go do it. That's crazy. I really just had a smooth segue. But anyway, just knowing you're where you're supposed to be. And I was actually reading a book that I'll have to insert because my hands are busy and I don't remember the name. Or The Passage of Life, maybe? I don't know. But basically, in this book, they break down like the different stages of life. Like, it was a whole study they were doing on people, different areas of their life and stuff. And they, were finding the commonalities and stuff and the trends and patterns. And in your 20s, like, it was literally titled, and I had to reread it multiple times. And I might even go back and reread it again, just because it's like, this makes sense, so now that I know this, let me try to figure something out to make sure, I don't fall into this trap. So basically they were saying, in your 20s, you're in the, like, I should be doing this phase, because you just got out of, being a kid, being a teenager, and you were told, you were in high school or whatever school but you were told, okay, do this, do that, this is the way to go, this is the key, yada, yada, yada. And now I feel like, especially for us, with COVID happening and like all this stuff, like we were told like, oh, go to college, go do this, go do that. And then like I said, COVID happening, we have technology that can get people so far for doing so little. But it's like, we're told at younger ages, like, oh, you need to do this to be successful. Like, I was told, like, okay, college is the way to go. This is what's happening. Actually, my family never told me I needed to go to college. We never even talked about college because my family, we're not, like, no one's really college educated. Like, I'm a first-gen student. Like, my dad, he was my dad was in college to do, like, the military. But outside of that, it's like I'm a first-gen student. And my mom was a single mom. She never really sat down and said, okay, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do when you grow up? This is the pathway to go. Because she also didn't really know that herself. So it's like she couldn't really tell me and, like, life. But I found that out that I need to go to college, or that college was the way to go because everyone else was doing it when I was in high school and I was taking SATs and ACTs, and it's like, okay, you're doing this for college, you better do well because college, we're setting you up for college, and in college you're gonna do this major and then you're gonna go get a job and then you that's it. Like, that's where they stopped. Like, we're preparing you for college, do well, go to college and figure your shit out, and so it's like we weren't really given much guidance after that, and so we're getting out of the mindset, or hopefully getting out of the mindset is the goal. I need to stretch. Getting out of the mindset is the goal, but it's like we're in the mindset of, oh, I should be doing this, like I should be working here, I should be continuing this major, I should be going to college, I should be, connecting with people in this certain field, even though I don't really care about that, so it's like, in terms of being alone, How am I gonna store these? In terms of being alone, it's like, oh, I should be out, you know, it's my 20s, I should be at the clubs, I should be dating, you know, like for me personally, I was in a relationship all of college basically. I need to look up how to properly store fruits so that they stay fresh. Because I just don't think, I don't know, I see people put stuff in glass jars. This isn't even big enough. But I've been fucking kiwi, spinach, smoothies. I've been fucking that up. It's so good. I probably will make one today. I was in a relationship most of college, so getting out of it, no. First of all, when I was, like I said, I like being alone, and that's how I learn about myself and heal. And I think that's how kind of everyone heals, when you sit by yourself, embrace those emotions, and start questioning things and figuring out your patterns and habits. But you know, I was going to therapy at the time, and she was like, I think you should practice abstinence, and, you know, be alone. And I was like, I can do that, you know, like, that's fine. Okay, so I forget exactly where I cut off, but, you know, my therapist was saying I should be alone after, you know, my relationship, learning about myself, heal, whatever, and I was down for that. But there were a couple times where I was like, gosh, like I should be, you know, I should be hooking up, I should be dating, I should be doing this. And I did it, and it was shitty for me. Come sit down. You know, I tried dating, and it was shit for me. But that's because, like, it just wasn't aligned with where I was supposed to be, and my intentions were not there. And I'm someone who's very intentional with, I try to be very intentional with what I do and who I share my energy with. And so me thinking like, oh, I should, or I should be dating, I should be hooking up, I should be doing this. Like, I'm in college, I just got a relationship, like, I'm in the streets. Like, no, that's not me. You know, like, that just was not me. And I was thinking like, gosh, I should be doing this. Like, and having that mindset, it fucked me up. It didn't like fuck me up, but like I said, I hooked up with people, and it was terrible. A terrible experience. You know, like, it wasn't like traumatic, but like it was trash. And I refuse to put myself in those situations again, because I think I should, because it's something impulsive, because I feel like, you know, I'm missing out on something, because everyone else is doing it, and, you know, all that stuff. Like, I just had to realize, girl, you gotta do what you gotta do. If your energy is not aligned with it and you're not intentional with it, it's not gonna be for you. You're not gonna have the best experience with it. And I think when we put ourselves in those situations where, again, we feel like we should be doing something because we see our peers doing something, we end up fucking ourselves over a little bit. And in terms of being alone, don't think you need to be surrounded by all these people, because honestly, are all the people you're surrounding yourself with good, genuine people? That's a topic for another day. I think that was it. But yeah, just embrace being alone. Like me, I live by myself, and it's the best thing ever. It is. I mean, there are times where I get lonely, and I'm like, damn. You know, like, wish somebody was here. And it's like, okay, well, I'll go call up my friend if I really want to. Or, and sometimes I don't really want to. It's like, I just want, like, another presence here. And that's when I, you know, indulge in something that fuels my energy, like painting or creating, working, taking her for a walk, rather than sitting there thinking and like possibly going into old habits that no longer serve me. So that's another thing to keep in mind. But I hope this helps. If you are in your 20s alone, living alone, you know, I hope you're embracing it. I hope it feels good. Some days it won't feel good, but give yourself grace those days. Don't shit on yourself. Hope you're doing well. I hope life treats you well. I hope you journal and learn a little bit more about yourself, heal, and have your best life. Live your best life. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.